Welcome to a video on Bledia, on our great country of Bledia. As you've come to expect from this channel, I am talking about our little fake country thing that we got going on. And today, it is actually going to turn January 1803. It is going to be 1803, a new year, which means that elections are coming ever closer. And since it is a new year, I thought it'd be smart to make a new census. And also a census of all the parties and see what's going on and maybe see what we can come to expect. So this is my gift to you guys for Christmas, so to say. And yeah, here we go. So this is the first census that we did a couple weeks ago. So this was at July 1801, so about a year and a half or so. And this was the population map. So here you can see the states which had the most. The highest population was Lydia with 14 people. And then you can see the lowest ones are obviously the territories. So there is that. And then for parties, we have not affiliated. These are the independents or people who are not, attached to any sort of political party. This is where they reside. You can see just keys here all the time for them. And then you have PCPB. You can see a lot of their support is very heavily in the north, but also a huge presence in the territories. The SPB, they are very, very concentrated in Luna, and then also there was one guy in Bergenholt, and that's literally it. For the NUP, they are a mixed bag. They are in the west and they are in the east, and they also have some territory presence, although this has obviously changed. But their strongest states were Dersavia and Lydia, and this is also the states where they put up the most fight in the actual election that happened, so that is interesting. And then lastly, we have Labor. These are the people who actually won the election. And as you can see, they have these three states here, which they actually all won in the election, except for Goatsland, that narrowly went to the Liberal Party, which is not actually on this map because it was not created in July 1801 when all of these maps were created. So this was the situation right there. But yeah, first off, we're going to start with the population map. Again, this was July 1801, and here we have December 1802. You can see there are some changes here. Well, first of all, you can see that Adelaine always had a decent population, more than some of the other territories, and that is still true here. Although they have now switched places with Nibar. You can see Nibar was the highest population territory, and now Adelaine is. Nibar is now a close second. What other changes? Okay, so you can see Gregoria, for some reason, has dropped. A lot of people have left Gregoria, and it's actually caused some problems for the PCPB. I don't know why a lot of them decided to leave, but they have. And so they actually couldn't get a counselor for Gregoria, and Labor was actually able to take, just freely take the council seat, which was good for them, good for us. I am also in Labor, so there's that. If I had to assume, I'd assume that they're just sending them to other states to be more competitive, which there's some problems with that, obviously, constitutionally. But also people can just be leaving of their free will. Who knows? But yeah, so that's a major difference. What other major difference do I see? I see Bergenholt has gotten a lot of migration, and I assume it's from Luna, and maybe also Gregoria. But mostly I would say from Luna, because Luna was taken by the SPB in a massive landslide, one of the biggest of the night. And so I think a lot of people realize that Luna's kind of gone. Like, it is a SPB state forever. So that may be part of it. So that may be why it has gone from a high population to a lower population, because people are moving. They know, this is what's going to be in power, and we don't like it, So that is my analysis of this. But our actual population number is about the same. We experienced some net growth, but then a lot of those people left. So now we're actually back to 111 people as of recording, which is the same amount that we were when we did this one over here, although I think we might have had a couple less. Maybe it was 108 or so. I don't know. But anyway, this is a new population map for your viewing. You can also notice that the state of David is gone. It is now a T-Rex territory, and then this island was added to the Lislands. So keep that in mind. That is going to look different on all of these maps here. So yeah, there's obviously some drama there. I won't go into it, but a lot of the population of David up and left the country. So it was decided that since there was no population living there, it would become a territory, and its statehood was demoted. Okay, so first off, let's look at the NUP. Here's the NUP in July 1801. Again, You can see their stronghold is Dersavia and Lydia. This is where they put up the most fight. They actually did not win any council seats in the last election. And then here are them. Here's them now. Oh, you can see there's a little bit of difference here. First of all, you can see some have left. All of them have left Gregoria, which is probably part of why Gregoria's population has dropped. Also, they have left Luna, which also makes sense. These are both states that have lost population. And you can see Dersavia has pretty much become the capital of the NUP party. It already was before. This is only the addition of about 1 or 2 people, but that was enough to bump it up to this color here. So this is definitely their stronghold. I would say now that they're probably going to win an election there, although who knows what would happen. They also have upped their presence in Bergenholt. They also lived in Bergenholt before, but now they have a couple more people there. And Lydia is still standing strong, even with the PCPB win there. It seems Lydia is one of those states that is competitive and may remain competitive. So that's the first of the main parties. The second of the main parties I want to talk about is the PCPB. You can see, again, most of their support is in the north. Gregoria and Lydia, very strong states. And then the rest, these territories, also, they have good presence here. Let's see a year and a half later, how's it looking? Boom, okay. What do we notice here? We see a jump up in support in Nivar. Look at that stand through. We see a loss of support in Gregoria, although I assume that's again because a lot of people are leaving Gregoria for some reason again. And we also see they have added, they have now presence in Dersavia and also in Konnerstadt. So this really is a bonus for them. They are also looking in a strong position right now anyway, but again, things could change. That is the second of our 3 major parties now. For the party that is currently in power, it is Labour. Again, most of their support is in the south of the country here, Bergenholt, Gotland, and Dersavia. And again, they won Dersavia, they won Bergenholt, they won Gregoria, and they had an ally in Gotland win, although they did lose there. Very good campaign on their part. They are holding off so far. But let us see what has changed since the election. So keep this map in your mind, and let us switch 3, 2, 1. What has changed? Well, what has changed is there's only been losses. It seems Labour is on a bit of a decline. You can see the Capital District has lost its support. The people living in David/the T-Rex Islands are gone now. And most importantly, I would say Bergenholt has lost support. You can see Bergenholt was one of the strong 3. Now, no. There's still Labour there, but they have disappeared. They don't have as big of a presence. This isn't good. Also, the capital's gone as well. Also not good. Now they're only looking good in 2 states, Gotland and Dersavia. But again, remember, Dersavia is... Oops, that's the old one. Dersavia is very strongly NUP right now. And Gotland also is going through a bit of a liberal moment. And what I mean by that is, let's show the liberal map. This is the liberal map. The Liberal Party is a pretty fresh party looking to compete on the world stage. They did win a council seat, which was pretty surprising. So that's good for them, maybe a good sign, we'll see. But they currently have their biggest presence in Gotland, which is actually where they won. They also have some presence in Dersavia and some presence in a territory, that being Adelaide. They do mix things up, and if you think about it, if Labour loses Gotland, they're definitely going to lose Dersavia. I mean, what are they going to win here? I really don't know. So it's definitely worrying. As someone who's Labour, I'm actually the president of the country right now, and I'm under Labour. It's not looking good. But there's also 2 years until the election, just about. So a lot can change. Keep that in mind. But that is the current situation of the 3 biggest parties. Again, the Liberals are a new up-and-coming party. They are looking interesting. SPB also has not changed. There has been some changes, but they're too minute to actually show up on the map here. You can see the only changes the David T-Rex Islands thing between the 2. But yeah, there's no visible change there as of yet. Now the last thing is, again, the non-affiliated voters. This is the non-affiliated voters for back in the day. These are the independents. And here's how it looks now. You can see some change here. You can see a growth of them in Delania. A growth of them in kind of the David area. But they're gone now in Gotland. I assume that is because Gotland has become a liberal safe haven. And maybe those people who used to be independent were actually now liberals, so now they have a party. But yeah, that is about it. Again, this is the population map. This is how the NUP is looking. This is how the SPB is looking. This is how the Liberals are looking. This is how the PCPB is looking. This is how Labor is looking. And this is how non-affiliated are looking. This is how Labor used to look. This is how NUP used to look. This is how SPB used to look. This is how PCPB looked. And this is how the non-affiliated used to look. And this was the old population map. So that is about it. I just wanted to make a quick video on it, kind of discussing all the changes. Happy New Year, soon to be, in Bledia. It's going to be a very cool year, 1803. We will see what happens. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.